Our today's topic is cash book, 3-column cash book. Many of you are confused when you see 3-column cash book on the exam paper because there are 2 more columns, discount allowed and discount received. Discount allowed is an expense. It comes on the debit side of the trial balance and under expense section of the income statement. And opposite, discount allowed. It is a credit account and it comes as income in the income statement. Okay, so for your better understanding, today we have taken a question from 2023 IGCSE exam paper. Okay, so before we start, let us have a look at the question on the screen. Sarah is a trader. The following transactions took place in January 2023. So here we see 11 transactions. Okay, then we are required to bring down the balance at 1st February 2023. Okay, so here this is the format. On the debit side we have date, detail, discount allowed, cash and bank columns. Okay, and same columns on the credit side, but it is discount received column. Okay, so this is credit side and this one is debit side. Okay, so if we see our cash balance or bank balance increasing by making any transactions, we will record on the debit side. Okay, and if cash balance or bank balance whatever decreasing, in this case we will record on the credit side. Okay, great. So here our first transaction is January 2, rent received $360 was paid directly into the bank account. Okay, so rent received, so it is a receipt. Yeah, that means our balance of bank or cash will be increased. Yeah, okay, so here rent is received and later this money is directly paid into the bank. Okay, that means here bank balance will be increased. Yeah, so we will record on the debit side. Okay, so before recording these transactions we have a balance, we have cash balance and bank balance. Okay, if it is not a bank overdraft, opening balance will be always on the debit side. Okay, including cash. If bank overdraft is given, overdraft balance is given on the question, in this case only bank balance, bank opening balance will be recorded on the credit side. Okay, but remember cash balance PD means opening balance of cash always will be debited. Okay, here. So on the question we have already balances, cash and bank balances. It is given on the question, it is on the debit side. Okay, so let us write here first of all balance PD 2023 January 1st. Here we will write balance BD. BD stands for brought down, yeah. So here 110 for cash and 713 for bank. Okay, and there is no opening balance for discount allowed. Okay, don't forget. Okay, so here transaction number 2 means January 2, here rent received. Yeah, so we will record on the debit side as bank balance is increasing. Yeah, so let us write here January 2, we will write rent receivable, so $360 we will write on the bank column. Okay, simple, but you need to understand. Okay, just remember bank or cash balance increase will be debited, decrease will be credited. Okay, great. We have next transaction January 4, as we recorded January 2, paid $343 to Joy by telephone transfer, having deducted 2% cash discount from the amount due. Okay, so this transaction will be very confusing for many students. Okay, because you will make mistake here. You will subtract 2% from $343. Okay, it is actually incorrect because already here it is written that discount is deducted. Yeah, after deducting $343 is paid. Okay, by telephone transfer. Telephone transfer is made by bank. Okay, so money will go from the bank. So here it is an expense because paid money to Jai. Okay, so here Jai will be receivable and money will go from bank. That means bank balance will be decreasing. So we will record on the credit side. Okay. So let us write the date first, 2023. Here we will write January 4. Okay. So here we will write on the dealer column J 343. We will write on the bank column. Okay. So what about discount? 343. What about discount? So if we calculate discount like this, 343 times 2%, whatever you get, if we calculate like this, it will be incorrect. Okay, because here written clearly that discount is already deducted. Yeah, so what will be the amount of discount? So here we can calculate discount like this. So 343, this is 98%. Okay, because 2% discount is here deducted. Okay, so what will be the now 2%? So if we calculate our 100%, then what will be the main amount? Okay, so here if we cross multiply, that means 343 times 100 divided by 98. Okay, so if we calculate like this, we get $350. Okay, so this was the main amount, okay, prime amount. So from here now, if we subtract 343, we get here $7 discount. Okay, so this is the amount of discount we will write here on the discount receipt column. Okay, so don't be confused. This is the way you need to calculate discount if you see this type of transitions on the exam paper. Okay, great. Then we have here paid cash $33 for motor expenses. Motor expenses, you know, all expenses will go on the credit side. All received incomes gain will come on the debit side. Okay, expenses decrease the value of cash or bank, we know. Yeah, so motor expenses, it will go on the credit side. It is very easy to understand. So let us write here the date first, January 7, motor expenses on the detail column, and here $33 paid in cash. Okay, so we will write on the cash column. January 13, cash sales $395 were paid directly into the bank account. Okay, so sales, so I told you sales, it is a revenue. Yeah, so revenue will increase the value of cash or bank. So here sold goods in cash $395, then this cash $395 directly paid into the bank. Okay, so here bank balance will be increased. Yeah, so we will record on the debit side. Okay, so date first, January 13. Here we will write sales on the dealer column, and the money will be on the bank column, 395. Okay, great. Then we have here next transaction, January 17. So paid $195 to debit by electronic transfer, having deducted 3% cash discount from the amount due. Okay, same transaction like previous one, we have to calculate discount this way. So here the money is paid after deducting the discount. Okay, 3% discount. So same, if we multiply 194 times 3, it will be incorrect. Times 3%, it will be incorrect. So you need to know here discount is already deducted. Yeah, very good. So what to include here, debit side or credit side? We will write on the credit side as we paid money to debit. Yeah, so here the balance of cash or bank will be decreasing. So here paid by electronic transfer, which happens by bank. Okay, so here bank balance will be decreased. Yeah, so we will write the money on the bank column. So let us write here the date first, January 17. Here we will write the name David. So $194 on the bank column. Okay, now how much will be the discount? So we need to calculate. Okay, same way. So here 3%. So if we write here 194, so 100 minus 3 equal to 97. Okay, So this $194 is 97%. Okay. So we will calculate now 100%. Yeah. So what is our 100%? So if we cross multiply, that means 194 times 100 divided by 97. We get here $200. Okay. This $200 is the main amount. So 200 minus 194. So we got here $6 discount. Okay. So we will write this discount on the receipt column, discount receipt column. Okay. So great. So this type of transitions may confuse you, but you need to practice again and again. Okay. If you practice more, gradually your doubts will be clear. Okay, great. Our next transition is here. January 20, received a check $388 from Evan in full settlement of a debt of $400. Okay. So received a check, simple, where will be included? Well, if we say it is debited, you are correct. So here received a check means bank balance will be increased. Yeah. So increasing bank will be debited. We will record on the debit side. Okay. So let us write here the date first. January 20. So even from even we received. So $388 we will write on the bank column. Okay. As we received check. Now what will be the discount? So the full amount was $400. Okay. In settlement of 400, we received $388 from Ivan. So what about other money, rest of amount? 400 minus 388 equal to $12. Okay. So this $12 is a discount which is allowed by this business. Okay. So we will write this amount on the discount allowed column. Okay. 27, withdraw cash $150 from bank for business use. Okay. $150 withdraw from bank. Okay. So here it is a contra entry. First of all, you think about cash. Okay. Then think about bank, because this transaction is linked up with bank and cash. Okay. So here think about cash first, I told. So if you think about cash, what happens to cash? You receive cash from bank. Yeah. So cash increase or decrease? Well, cash increases. Yeah. So we know increase in cash or bank will be here debited. Yeah. So let us write here $150 cash is increasing. So we will write 150 on the cash column. Okay. Debit side. So as we wrote money on the cash column, we cannot write cash here on the detail column. Okay. We need to write opposite account, means bank. Okay. So we will write here bank. So date was January 27. Okay. Now here come to the credit side. Now think about bank. So withdraw money from bank. So here bank is decreasing. Yeah. So decreasing in bank will be recorded on the credit side. Okay. And money will go on the bank column. Okay. So let us write here bank $150. Now as you wrote money on the bank column, what to write on the detail column? Well, it is cash. Yeah, I told you it is opposite always. So we will write here cash. Okay. We will write here date January 20. Okay. So as it is a contra entry, we can write here C to identify these transitions appears on the both side. Okay. So if you remember these transitions to this lesson, if you understand, you will never make mistake in writing contra related transitions on the cash book. Okay. Read our last transition. Here we have 29. Paid $124 cash for wages. Okay. Wages, it is an expense and it is clearly written in the question paid. That means money will go from the cash balance. Yeah. So cash balance will be here decreased. So let us write here the date January 29. We will write here wages and we will write here on the cash column $124. Okay, so we recorded all the transactions. Now we are required to balance this cash book. So balancing part is also a complicated part for many of you. Today, if you pay attention, if you try to understand this lesson, I hope you will never make mistake in balancing cash book. So first of all, you need to close these all dollar columns. Okay, so now we will balance cash column first. Okay, so we need to compare debit cash column to credit cash column. We need to check which column is greater in terms of value, money. So we see our debit column is greater. Yeah, here we have 110, here 150, but here 33 and 124. So let us sum up debit column first. So we get here $260. We will take this amount now, this total, to the opposite cash column. Okay, so let us come here and write 260. Now what to do? Now we will subtract this all amounts from this total. Okay, so we get here $103. So this is our closing balance. Okay, we write closing balance as balance CD, stands for credit down. So for date for balance CD will be the last day of the month. Okay, so January has 31 days. We will write here 31. Okay, great. Now bank column. Okay, so we will check bank column, this or this. If we compare, we see our debit column is greater. Yeah, so in the debit column we will sum up first. So what we get here, if we total this column, we get here $1,856. Okay, the total. Now we will take this amount to the opposite column, means opposite bank column, which is credit bank column, 1,856. Okay, now what to do? Like same cash, we will subtract this all amounts from this total. Okay, so we get here $1,169. Okay, the closing balance of bank. So now we need to bring down the balance, these balances. How to bring down? Here on the debit side we have balance CD. The opposite side we will write balance BD. Okay, we will bring down the balance. So let us write here balance BD brought down. So here on the cash we have $103. So here on the cash column we will write 103, and bank here 1169. We will write here $1,169. Okay, so for a date we will write the first day of next month. Okay, here the month ends on 31st January. The new month will be started on 1st February. Okay, so now what to do? What to do about discount and discount allowed and received column? We don't need to balance these columns. Okay, because these are not assets or liability. This one allowed is an expense, this one receipt is an income. Okay, just we will calculate the total of income and expense. So here our income is 6 plus 7 equal to 13, and here we allow discount to the people $12. Okay, so this is how you need to prepare cash book.